Once upon a time, in the lush, green forests on the outskirts of Konya, where ancient oak trees whispered secrets to the wind and the sun filtered through golden leaves, there lived a lively little squirrel named Bouncy. Bouncy was no ordinary squirrel. He was a young male with fluffy brown fur, bright twinkling eyes, and a tail that flicked like a whip as he bounded from branch to branch. He was full of energy, always zipping around the woods, collecting acorns and nuts, playing pranks on his friends, and dreaming of grand adventures beyond the familiar trees. Bouncy's family lived in a cozy hollow high up in an old chestnut tree. His mother would often scold him for wandering too far, saying, "Bouncy, the forest is full of dangers, foxes, hawks, and tricky paths. Stay close and be careful." But Bouncy couldn't help himself. He loved exploring, imagining himself as a brave explorer discovering hidden treasures. One day, he'd chatter to his best friend, a wise old owl named Hoot. "I'll find something magical that changes everything." And so, on a crisp autumn morning, when the leaves were turning shades of red and orange, Bouncy set off on one of his solo adventures. He scampered deeper into the forest than ever before, leaping over mossy logs and dodging thorny bushes. The air was filled with the scent of pine and earth, and birds sang cheerful tunes overhead. As he hopped along a narrow stream, his keen eyes spotted something unusual, a glimmer of metal half buried under a pile of fallen leaves and stones near. En ainsi qu'aventrance. Curious as ever, Bouncy dug furiously with his tiny paws. Dirt flew everywhere, and soon he uncovered an old, tarnished bronze lamp. It was shaped like a teapot, with intricate carvings of swirling winds, stars, and what looked like tiny animals dancing around its surface. "Wow!" Bouncy squeaked, his heart pounding with excitement. "This must be a treasure from long ago." He picked it up carefully, brushing off the dust. The lamp felt warm in his paws, almost alive. Without thinking twice, Bouncy rubbed the lamp to polish it, hoping to see his reflection in its shiny surface. Suddenly, a puff of blue smoke erupted from the spout. The ground trembled slightly, and the trees rustled as if a storm was brewing. Bouncy tumbled backward in surprise, landing on his fluffy tail. Out of the smoke emerged a massive, shimmering genie tall as a tree trunk, with glowing blue skin, a turban on his head, and arms crossed over his chest. His voice boomed like thunder, but it was kind and echoing. "Greetings, little master. I am the genie of the lamp, bound to serve whoever awakens me. You have freed me from my slumber, and in return, I grant you 3 wishes. But beware, young squirrel wishes are powerful, and they often come with lessons. Choose wisely." Bouncy's eyes widened in awe. He had heard tales from the elders about magical beings, but never dreamed he'd meet one. 3 wishes? For real? He chattered, bouncing up and down. "This is amazing. Okay, Genie, for my first wish, I want an endless supply of the biggest, juiciest nuts in the world. No more scavenging, I'll have a feast every day." The genie nodded, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "As you wish, master." He snapped his fingers and poof! A massive pile of nuts, walnuts, hazelnuts, chestnuts, and even exotic ones Bouncy had never seen appeared at his feet. They were shiny, perfect, and smelled divine. Bouncy dove in, munching happily. "This is the best!" he exclaimed, stuffing his cheeks full. But as the day went on, Bouncy realized something was wrong. The pile of nuts kept growing no matter how much he ate. It spilled over the stream, blocking paths and burying bushes. Soon, the other animals in the forest noticed. Rabbits, birds, and deer came running, drawn by the scent. At first, they shared joyfully, but then greed set in. Fights broke out, rabbits nipping at deer, birds pecking at each other. The forest turned chaotic, and Bouncy's friends blamed him. "What have you done, Bouncy?" Hoot the owl hooted sadly. "This abundance is causing more harm than good." Feeling guilty, Bouncy called the genie back. "Genie, my first wish went wrong. For my second wish, I want to be the strongest squirrel in the forest, so strong that I can protect everyone and fix this mess." The genie raised an eyebrow but complied. "Your wish is my command." Another snap, and Bouncy felt a surge of power. His muscles bulged under his fur and he grew twice his size. He could lift logs with ease and leap across rivers in a single bound. Excited, he started clearing the nut pile, tossing handfuls into storage spots and sharing fairly. The animals cheered at first, calling him a hero. However, with great strength came great temptation. Bouncy began showing off challenging foxes to wrestling matches and scaring away hawks just for fun. One day, he accidentally knocked over a beehive while flexing, sending angry bees swarming everywhere. The bees stung his friends, and the forest animals grew fearful of him. "Bouncy's too powerful now," whispered a family of mice. "He's become a bully." Even Hoot avoided him, perching high out of reach. Bouncy sat alone that evening, his super strength feeling like a curse. The sun set over the Konya hills, painting the sky in hues of pink and purple. He rubbed the lamp once more, summoning the genie. "Genie, I've messed up again. Strength isn't what I needed. For my third and final wish, I want true friends who will always be by my side, no matter what. And please, fix the chaos I've caused." The genie smiled wisely, as if he'd been waiting for this. "Ah, Master, a wish from the heart. But remember, true friendship can't be wished into existence, it must be earned. Still, I shall grant it." With a final snap, the endless nuts vanished, leaving just enough for everyone to share peacefully. Bouncy shrank back to his normal size, his strength fading to what it once was. But something magical happened. The animals, seeing Bouncy's humility, forgave him. They gathered around, sharing stories and laughs. Hoot flew down and perched on his shoulder. "You've learned, little one. That's the real magic." As the genie faded back into the lamp, he whispered, "Use your wishes wisely in life, Bouncy. Not all magic comes from lamps, some comes from within." Bouncy buried the lamp back in the cave, vowing to keep it secret. From that day on, he became the kindest squirrel in the forest, helping others without expecting anything in return. His adventures continued, but now they were shared with true friends. And so, in the forests of Konya, Bouncy lived happily ever after, reminding everyone that the greatest treasures are friendship, wisdom, and an honest heart.